this day 17. It is just going so fast, I don't know where the days are going. So, yesterday I went to my daughter's and tried this dress on. I think I told you yesterday. My granddaughter, she loved it. She was twirling round in it because it flares out, you see. And I think the next time I make one, I might put some tulle underneath because she'll love that, won't she? So we've decided on a length. Now, when this cotton is a poly cotton. It was from my stash. It was inexpensive. I think I purchased this from Abercorn, and it was quite a while ago. So there wasn't enough fabric truly to make the dress. So what I thought I would do is, you know, they give you quite a good margin for a hem. I just thought I'd make a smaller hem so it doesn't detract from the actual length of the garment suggested in the pattern. So what I'm going to do is just turn it under 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to sew that on my machine, and then I'll turn it again 1/2 an inch and hand hem, so that no stitches will be showing and it gives a more professional finish. Now that's what I call a bit of mindless sewing, because you don't have to concentrate too hard. So I am going to complete that tonight whilst watching television. So the other things I need to do today is I've got my piano lesson this afternoon, but before that I'm going to go to Tunstall. So hopefully the market's open, so I'll take you with me for that hopefully, and show you some footage of Tunstall. So that's one of the 6 towns I was telling you about in a previous vlog. So it's one of the 6 towns of the potteries. So yeah, my mum was born in Tunstall, so I'll show you where she was born. And yeah, give you a little bit of history. And if time allows, also pop into a potteries second shop. I'm hoping to show you, I think Churchill China's down there, so we'll see how we go. Anything else to update you on? Well, it is Friday today, so it's a Friday sews, and also I class a Friday as a finisher Friday, and this is where I finish any projects what are near to completion. So maybe, just maybe, I might be able to fit in completing this Santa sack. So we'll see how we go. I'm sorry if you can hear a funny background noise. I don't know what it is. It's like a white noise. I've tried it with my microphone. I've tried taking the microphone out, but it's still got that slight white noise. So I do apologise. But anyway, yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of quick piano practice, and then I'll speak to you later. Speak soon. So we're just coming into Tunstall now, and you'll see up above there there's the Christ Church. Sadly that's where my mum's funeral was. And yeah, Tunstall, one of the 6 towns of the potteries, is one of the northernest. It's the northernest town of the 6 towns. So, and we'll go down the high street. The high street, unfortunately, as you can see, there needs to be a lot of work done, and there is a lot of regeneration now going on in Tunstall. It's just so sad to see just wonderful buildings in this state of repair. You can even see pigeons there inside those rooms. On the opposite side of the street is the town hall, and those windows up there, in one of those rooms, my mum was actually born. My granddad was actually the caretaker of the town hall, and that would have been in the 30s to 40s. So yeah, and the market is just below. So yeah, the town hall, I used to go discos there as well.
So I think it's one of those rooms where my mum was born. I'd have to check with my sister. But yeah, it's such a shame really how, you know, how things are going, but they are generating, they're refurbishing everything, and that's what those railings are there, because there's scaffolding up at the moment, so they are doing something. And this is Tower Square, which is opposite the town hall and the market. So then this is the market, which is below the town hall. It's all it's a lovely market, a lovely indoor market, but sadly, you know, it's like everything else. People are shopping online nowadays, so shops are closing down and the market stalls are also suffering. I'm just coming out of Tunstall now, and I'm going to go up towards Burslem, which is the next pottery town, and we're going to go along Scotia Road. And this, I was going to go to a factory shop, but I didn't have time. But on the right here, and these are called terraced houses. My nonna lived in one of these houses, and I can remember as a very small child when she used to look after me going to a house. I mean, I've only shown you the high street going through Tunstall and up into Scotia Road. In Tunstall there is a beautiful park, the Victoria Park, down Victoria Road, and yeah, there's a lot, you know, a lovely area.
Hello, I'm back from my little excursion this afternoon, and it's now 20 to 11 at night. This is what I mean, the day just goes. So, this morning I shared with you that I'd worked on some of my cross stitch, which is, for those who've been watching, it is the Kringles by Little House Needleworks, and I am currently stitching this third window. So this is the one, it's got a little train in it. So completed that this morning on one little tree, and I've started the big tree, which is in the middle. Where are we? Yeah, in the middle of the window there. So yeah, I really enjoyed stitching on that this morning. Then I went to Tunstall, but when I go to Tunstall Market, we usually, I mean, I don't eat meat, but my partner does, so we usually I used to buy the meat from there. And of course, when the pandemic occurred, the market was shut. And when I went today, the guy who we usually buy our produce off had retired, so that was quite sad as well. So this pandemic's really affected so many people and businesses. It really has, let alone the sad loss of loved ones. But I always buy, and I was going to tell you about this, oat cakes. So I'll show you one. You're going to be a little bit. I remember having one of these at Leighton Hospital once. Someone said it looked like a washed leather, but this is our humble oat cake, and I love them. In fact, I don't know anyone from the potteries who doesn't. So yeah, so they're made out of oats, oatmeal flour, water and yeast, and no one really knows the origin of the oat cake. Now, a lot of people call them Staffordshire oat cakes. And then there's the Derbyshire one. The Derbyshire one, I believe, is a lot thicker. than the Staffordshire one. I like mine really thin. And then in Scotland, an oatcake is a very hard little biscuit. So that's hence why they call Staffordshire oatcakes. But obviously, round here we'll just call them oatcakes. And even within the 6 towns of Stoke-on-Trent, of the potteries, oatcakes still have the subtle differences in the regions. Apparently, the northerner towns like Tunstall and Burslem have them a bit thicker than, say, down in Stoke-on-Trent Vale, but I know that in Tunstall they do really thin ones, so that's what I like, the thin oatcakes. So I had a dozen oatcakes, and I bought some pie clips as well. So they're a little bit small, and they call lady oatcakes, and they're a bit more sweeter. But with the oatcakes, what we tend to do is have bacon and cheese on. So usually oatcakes are consumed with an English breakfast, an English cooked breakfast. I always thought oatcakes were the staple diet of potters, in that they would keep them warm in the kilns, but that isn't so, because I mean, obviously, you know, a kiln's so hot it'd just shrivel up. But you know, people have tried to research into it, and there's not much information on it really. Some people think that the farmers, some people think that farmers grew oats because it was cheaper, and that they would people would cook these oatcakes on the back stones or something, so it's like a griddle. And then what would happen is, with so much industry in Stoke, people were selling them, would have an open fire in the front room, and what they were doing is opening the sash window onto the street and selling their humble oatcake outside. So people would walk past and be served oatcakes from someone's window. In fact, we did have a famous shop for a long time, and there's a link in, if you put in YouTube Hole in the Wall Staffordshire, it was called the Hole in the Wall Oatcake Shop. And basically they'd set up a shop in the front room of a terraced house, and yeah, they were selling oatcakes, but sadly that did close down. So when they redeveloped that area, I think they were knocking the houses down, so that's why that closed down. But we have still got some shops in Stoke-on-Trent, and the potteries what sell oatcakes. But I always like to go to Tunstall Market and buy Hume's oatcakes because they're nice and thin. And yeah. Now, the Derbyshire one is a lot thicker. So that was my trip to Tunstall really, and I just can't believe how it's been allowed to get like that. I mean, I know the local council, Stoke Council, you know, money is, you know, tight, but I mean, goodness gracious, that was sobering to look at. It really was. So it just hits home really that, you know, with the industry going, the pottery industry and the coal mining, just how towns are beginning to suffer. Areas are beginning to suffer. Got home and he's decorated the tree, so I've taken some photographs. They might not turn out fantastic, and I'll put them in a moment because it was getting dark. But I forgot to make a look for my crochet tree. So if you remember, I made this quite a while ago, and this is a pattern by Davina from Little Workroom Crafts. So yeah, I need to make a little loop, and then I can hang that up. But I just thought I'd show you that. So yeah, so that's it for tonight, and hopefully tomorrow I can show you some more of my crafts, what I'll be doing over the weekend. Until then, bye.